All right. Welcome to another episode of Planty Face. Okay, today I'm going to do something a little different to my usual. First of all, you probably have seen my. Let me just get my shit set up here. Sorry. First of all, you've probably seen my video in the past setting up Pandora, okay, the multi-species tray. Actually, the whole thing died. Some of them got a fungus, some of them got a mealybug infection, and so they're screwed. Okay, I've sprayed it, but might still be. Well, actually, to be honest, I think it's just screwed. Like the cactus that I had in there were rescues, and they didn't make it. Okay, see, look at that. It's just all rotty. They didn't make it. But what I'm going to do is this thing here is still going strong. Okay, so I'm actually just going to scoop that out because I might use it later for another setup. I don't know. And I'm just going to chuck it in here. It's not really, I'm not really critical about it in terms of whether or not I care too much about it. So I'm just going to put it there and let it just kind of let it live another day, and maybe I'll use it for a feature or something like that. But bottom line is that this whole situation is foobarred, okay? It's foobarred. So I'm just going to leave it there. So my update today is that it's not about Pandora, okay? Well, sort of. It's not about Pandora. My update today is actually more about my bonsai project. So my bonsai project is this thing here. Okay, this is a Crassula ovata Jade plant. I got this for $2. Literally, I'm not even kidding. Some person lists it down for $2. No one cares about these plants anymore because it's so common. They'll grow no matter what. But look at the structure of it. Nice and gnarly. And the pot itself is worth more than $2. That's why I bought it. The cool thing about it is that I can take it out and use the pot again for something else. That's what I'm excited about. I love doing that. I love getting these cheap. I want to get rid of these plants for whatever. And then you get the pot for almost nothing. That's really what it's about. I'm not going to recycle the soil. I'm going to just tip it out because in case it's all shite. Also, what I've noticed about this as well is that these pots, they have these indents inside that gather water. Okay, so you have to fill that up first and then it starts to drain. So what I got today is I got myself a ceramic drill for hard ceramic. I'm going to drill 4 tiny holes in the corners to make sure that it drains faster than it does right now. So let me just clear this up. I'm just cleaning up the pot in case you're wondering what the hell I'm doing. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm going to drill that pot. I could crack this pot. I have no idea how this is going to go, but the guy in the store said, and YouTube videos, said go slow, it'll drill it, go slow, go easy. And so I've got one of these Xiaomi drills. I'm going to go for a low torque. I'm going to go for a low torque drill mode and see how it goes, eh? Now, actually, so I'm going to go right in the corner grind the center corner and see how it goes. So let's, he said, all you gotta do is go slow, it'll grind it. There you go, it's working. I said it's all about the grind. Wow. Wow. That's pretty cool. It's working, look. So just gotta keep going. It'll be slow. I don't know if I'm supposed to put water on that or something, but feels like I should. But no one said jack shit. So this is actually interesting because is this ceramic or is this terracotta that's glazed? I actually think it's maybe terracotta that's glazed. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Bottom line is, you're gonna take it easy. Look, what it does is it scrapes the sides. That's amazing. That's amazing. Look. Can you see that? It's actually drilled through. I'm going to drill it a bit further. And then I'm going to drill the other four corners. You don't have to be there for that. Oh. You don't need to be here for this. I'm going to pause, all right? All right, look. The first time I've ever drilled these holes, and shit, it works well. The awesome thing about it is that that drill bit is like cheap as hell. Cheap as hell. As they say in New Zealand, I'm coughing. As they say in New Zealand, it costs bugger all, okay? So I got 4 holes now. I got 4 holes, I'm not sure if you can see that. I got 4 holes and a big one in the middle. And so it'll drain no matter where it goes, it'll just drain. Now the next thing we're gonna do is first what we're gonna do is, before I worry about soil and all that shit, actually, let me just get one of those mesh things for the middle. Okay, I'll be back. So I'm not going to overthink this substrate too much. I'm not going to overthink it because this thing is frigging bulletproof. Got my cutter. Put my mic on. This thing is frigging bulletproof. It doesn't need to be crazily overthought. Also, a small pot like this, it'll actually root the crap out of that. And then before you know it, it'll be root bound, but that's okay because these plants, they can suffer and it doesn't matter. This has been here for God knows how long, and I mean, it's still going. Okay, but before I take it away, actually, I'm going to just trim. I'm going to trim. So like I said, this is going to be a long video, eh? But let's just trim all the leaves off and see how we go, huh? Okay. I'm going to be brutal with this. I'm going to be brutal as hell with this. Like, this is going to be brutal. This actually has just overgrown ridiculously. Like, this thing just grows, man. Like, this thing just doesn't stop growing. I mean, so this is one of the most forgiving and actually quite awesome things to bonsai because it's grows so fast. You can keep tinkering with it. And I know out there, the plant lovers out there, I know we like to tinker, yeah? We like to tinker. We don't like to just, I mean, it depends if you're like one of those bonsai people that like proper bonsai people that just don't care waiting 100,000 years before seeing some results. I'm not quite like that. I mean, I like slow growing plants, but I also like a mix of fast growing plants because my ADHD just gets a little bit bored. So I'm gonna actually, it's probably easier to just take it off by hand, eh? I mean, so I'm going to go brutal with this, like super brutal, like proper brutal. You're going to see it and you're going to go, wow, there's nothing left on that. That's my point. I want to try and bonsai it. I don't even know what I'm going to do with the bottom branches, right? Let's see. Man, now I don't even know what I'm going to do with this, but what I might do is just scatter it somewhere and see if it grows. What's cool about this is that stuff starts to grow immediately around the cut areas. So you don't have to wait long, and then you can then decide, where do I want the leaves to grow? They'll just grow everywhere, right? So like most of these leaves are quite new growth. Like, where do they come from? You know, I'm going to be brutal with this. I said I got it for $2. It's not rare. I'm not attached to it. So I'm going to just be exceptionally brutal. Look at that. What a crazy change, huh? Actually, I might just leave that. Some of them look quite cool, huh? Like, for example, this one here I might leave because it's carrying on from a trunk. So this one, Look at that. I'm brutalizing this. What a mess. I might leave that bit there. Leave that bit there. Cut the flowers off. Just tidy it up. It's actually kind of cool that this is flowering like crazy. But so this is what they call, what I call a lazy man's bonsai, because it will give you results much faster than a bonsai. So really, it's more of a ADHD's bonsai. It'll give you results very quickly, minimal care, and it looks impressive. That's really what it comes down to. So look at that. That's crazy, yeah? Let me just... Look at all of that. All of that came from that, yeah? Crazy, yeah? Let me just throw this away. All right, so I might just resculpt this later, but for now, let me start removing this from the trunk and start cleaning up the soil. I might have to rinse the soil off so we can start fresh. As I said, this is a very forgiving plant, but let me just loosen it up. I'm curious to know what it looks like underneath the roots, because sometimes these plants, they actually have something significant under the root. So, holy crap, look at that. It's like a solid mass with lots of ants. I mean, that's just crazy. What is this? Look at that. What the hell is that? It's a solid mass. It's been here for years, probably 5 years, 6 years, maybe more. It's a solid mass. So I have to try and decipher, how do I tackle this thing? And the question is, I don't know. Shit. Well, first, let's I'm gonna get a knife, a big knife. First, I'm gonna get a big knife, a bread knife. Okay. We're gonna cut how do I, if there's a trunk in there, I don't want to damage the trunk. Okay, that's the huge root system. I want to look at the trunk of this thing, but rotty dead bits. And how am I going to stand this? Like this? That's that'll be the trick, the question. So, I mean, probably probably want to make it so it's like a corner piece like this. So I'm gonna brutalize this a little bit more. Man, it is chunky, it is strong, it is trunky right in the bottom there. I can feel the trunk goes all the way to the bottom. So if I want to make it like this, it's going to have to be cleaned up around here. So and then all of this wet wood, it'll dry over time and it will scar up and I mean, that's a pretty brutal trim. And I mean, how am I gonna seat that there? Am I gonna stand it up like this? Like this, and then maybe one of this one like this. Yeah, I think that's fine. But now I have to get rid of more roots and really brutalize that a little bit more because it looks ugly and I want to clean it up. The whole point is I want it to look good. So interesting thing is, it's just it's become extremely woody. So yeah. The thing is that there's still a chance that this will die, but I'll be damned because these things are so freaking hardy that the chances of them dying is very, very hard. So it'll have to be some bad frigging luck for these fuckers to die. So I'm going to grow it. I'm going to grow it hard like this in the corner. Then pack it in like this. So it's not even on the bottom there in terms of soil. It has to grow this way. So that's trunk, that's wood. So it's going to grow like this. And then this bit here I'm trying to clean up. And then maybe expose the roots and force it to go down so it kind of looks all ancient and shit. You know what I mean? So anyway, let me wash this, Let me wash this. Damn it. I can't get rid of my glove. There. All right, let me wash it. I'll be back. Okay. Whew. I washed it, exposed the root, and so I've got a plan of attack. You can see that there's a lot of roots hanging from this segment here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it difficult for it to live and make it so it works hard to root and live. Okay, that's my ethos here. And I'm confident that this thing will live because these things are absolutely almost pest-like in their nature to survive. And then I've got this little one that I'm gonna trim. Shit. I've got this little one that I'm gonna trim. I'm also going to force this one to grow. Now let me just wash the pot. Actually no, it doesn't really matter, does it? Doesn't matter. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start planting this. Let's start. How am I going to orientate it first? First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some stones on the corner that I'm going to rest it on, so it's not touching the ground. Okay, so there, like this. Okay. I'm going to plant it like this. The hard part is I have to really tie it down with a wire. Okay, let me get a wire. Okay, so I have to use a wire to secure it underneath. So let me just get a long wire. First I'm going to put it back. And let me get a wire to secure that. Because it's not going to sit by itself, it's going to topple. So I need to actually hold it. This is the most annoying way to get a wire. I don't even know if I'm doing this right, but it's fucking shit. And what kind of stupid wire system is this? Anyway, okay. All right, let's try that again. Oh, where's my mesh? Now, trying to fill the gap in the back there. There. Oh crap. The friggin' wire isn't long enough. You gotta be joking. Oh Christ. Christ. Let's see if I can. Okay, that's annoying. Let's see if I can just band-aid that length of the wire by twisting another one on it. Nah. Okay. You don't have to see this. You don't have to see this. Okay, I've come up with something. I come up with something. I come up with cable tie idea. Okay, cable tie idea. This way. We can cable tie it, and it works. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, let's see if it works. Yes, it will. Just need one more cable tie, and it will work. There. There we go. There. Fuck. Okay. There. Okay, now we can there you go. Not going to get much more vertical than that. That's pretty much going to be the straightest you're going to get. So let me start filling this up with potting mix. And then this is going to go like this. So it kind of goes out of the pot a little bit. This. Yeah. And then here I'm going to put a rock. Okay. Put a little bit of I love the sound of the birds here, huh? So nice. They all wake up, want to eat some shit, some worms and shit. So I've got to make sure that there are no gaps right in the edge here. I'm actually going to also put rocks, a lot of rocks in the edge there. But at first I want to pack as much soil as I can because I'm not going to get a chance for a long time. This is not something that I will decommission again for a long time. It's just one of those, if it lives, it lives. Okay, so I ran out of hard drive space, but here you go. I was just saying I'm filling up the back of the bonsai, and here is the result of it right now. I'm putting it right in the far corner, and then the disposition is it's going to be like this, right in the back, okay? Right in the back, like this. So then I can put like a little centerpiece in the front, like a rock or a stone or something. Yeah. I'm compressing it down, not worried about the roots because this is, like I said, a robust thing. So I'm going to compress it down as much as I can right now to try and make as much room as possible for substrate and soil. And then I'll put some top dressing. There you go. Yeah, actually, yeah, make it so it leans back. There. There you go. A little bit more on the side here. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting top dressing on, and then I'm going to put it on the ground and give it a good soaking and rinse and drain. And then I'm going to put it in this position in the front of the house. Okay, so let's So cable tie is a elegant solution for an annoying problem, it seems. What's weird about this is this top dressing is supposed to be for gardens and paths, and it's a mixture of different stones, and you get little bits of crystal in there, which is really quite weird. I guess if they're mining stone and they're not sorting, or they don't have the exact topography of the stone, geographically, I mean, like geology-wise, sorry, whatever, then you can't really have a... This is like a general type of stone. It's really quite strange, but there you go. So... there you go. There you go. Look at that. So I'm going to put this in the front and then I'm going to show you the final clip. So here it is. Here's what it looks like now. So it's quite a gnarly thing.